Spring Thunder is brought to you by the National Wild Turkey Federation, Woodhaven Custom Calls, Federal Premium Ammunition, Muddy Outdoors, ScoutLookWeather.com, and Cabela's.
Welcome to Cabela Spring Thunder. We're down in Alabama getting ready to go hunting in the morning. We're out right now trying to roost some birds. We've been out this afternoon scouting some properties, but it should be a great episode. We're going to be down here hunting for the next few days, and we also got a hunt to bring you from Florida with Scott Ellis, and we've got some new turkey hunters with us, so we're hoping to get them on their first turkey ever, and I can't wait to see if we can get it done. So you just have to stick with us and stay tuned for all the action down here in Alabama. Jake, there's a Jake with them. They're hammering, boys. Let's go get on one. When you're hunting Florida, you absolutely have no idea what you're going to encounter. And we just got up from a setup. Jake was working a bird. Bird to eat drifted off on us. But this is what we walked up on. About an 8-foot alligator wandering around in Palmetto Flats. Now they don't have alligator boots. So all I'm saying is keep your eyes and your ears peeled when you're slipping through the woods and the swamps of Florida.
Now after eating some fine fried chicken and some fried gizzards and some potato wedges from the local little hack and sack down the road, we decided we were going to put together a master plan. And Colton used all of his knowledge, and we put all of our turkey thinking caps on together, and we came up with a plan to come to this place where we call the Jakes Up, but further away in those oaks, where it borders up fairly close to a orange grove off the property. Now, if you've hunted Florida for longer than 5 minutes, you know turkeys love to loaf in the orange grove, especially during the hot part of the day. They'll literally get underneath the orange trees. And that's where we ended up setting up, in a nice little oak head with a bordering orange grove. Well, we weren't there for what?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, and Colton was running the real hen as Jake was yelping on the Green Hornet, and I was yelping on an ELLIS signature, and the hen started talking. We had one hen come into us and then circle around and hang out with us. We had another hen just constantly just jawing, yelp, 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 just carrying on. And we knew at that point, with all this hen talk, with us calling, the real hens calling, we had a hen hanging out with us, we knew something was going to go down. And about that time, I yelped, or one of us yelped, and he gobbles.
Got him.
Oh my God, he didn't even flop, dude. Those dang heavy sevens from Federal, son. Oh my gosh, look at this big old gobbler, Jake. Oh man, look at that. Look at that big old turkey.
That's bird.
He's a little 2-year-old, but man, he had a wad of hens, didn't he? Heck yeah. Woo! Folks, it is the youth spring gobbler hunt in Central Florida with my good friend Colton Cunningham. Great friend, awesome photographer, awesome videographer. This is my son, Jake Ellis, and we have a movie star right here in front of y'all, folks. We've had a great weekend. These birds have historically on this property given us a fit. We hunted here youth season one day last year, got our butts kicked yesterday all day, on 2 or 3 different gobblers. Jake, what do you think about all these butt kickings we've been getting from these gobblers?
I think it's been pretty fun, but I really wanted a big gobbler.
You really?
Well, you got him, son.
Colton's been on this property for about 3 years now. Tell us a little bit about the place.
Well, it's kind of a unique place, old Florida. Got a lot of birds on it, but it just seems like, I mean, they don't really get messed with, but they're just tough to kill. We get, something just seems to end up happening. You get another bird to run them off, you get, you know, a crick or something in the way.
It's been one thing after another,
but man, it makes it that much sweeter once you finally kill one, you know.
And this
we were all giggling like little girls pretty much.
Oh, and we were all about to throw up when that gobbler, when the hens were piling in, and then the gobbler brought up the rear, and I had the hens talking, and Jake had the hens talking. He got to interact. This was the first time he got to actually call to the bird. It was a fantastic day. Thank you so much, my friend.
Anytime, man.
I love you.
Brother.
Love you too, bud.
Give Colton some skin.
Come on, man. I'm happy to finally lay one down.
We're real thrilled to bring it to you folks. This is Osceola hunting at its finest in Central Florida with the kids.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're out here today. We're going to give you all some tips on patterning your shotgun and some of the equipment you need to do that. We've got these Visicolor targets by Champion, and it's really nice to have a whole pack of them because once you shoot one, you know, you can't go back and reuse it. Second of all, we have some hearing protection here. We got the Walker's Game Ears today. We've got the Gobbler Lounger to get us in that natural situation just like we're turkey hunting. And our shells we're shooting today are the 3rd Degree by Federal. These Visicolor targets from Champion are really nice. They have 2 different color zones to tell you the lethal hits from non-lethal hits. We usually start out shooting at 20 yards and back up in 10-yard increments until we find the effective range of our gun. You're looking for a minimum of 8 to 10 pellets in the kill zone, and once you reach a range that you're not getting that, that's too far to shoot. Oh, as you can tell, even at 10 yards, these shells allow you a really good margin of error at close range. And now Aaron's going to get his 870 out and shoot some of the 3-inch. That's more like it.
Well, I just shot the 3rd Degree at 10, 25, and 35 yards, and it performed really well out of my gun. I'm shooting a 3-inch load out of my Remington 870 with an old HS Undertaker tube in it. And one thing to keep in mind if you're going to shoot 3rd Degree this season is it's designed to work best with choke tubes that don't strip the wad at the muzzle of the gun. It'll work with just about any choke on the market, but it's going to work better for you if you shoot just a standard choke out of your gun or an extra full that won't strip the wad at the muzzle. The flight control wad that's in these shells is what's actually holding that shot together downrange to give you the most optimal pattern, and it's really doing the work of those extra full chokes for you. So go out there, buy you some 3rd Degree, and give it a try this season. I think you'll be impressed. Well, it's March the 20th. We're still down here in Alabama. Just wanted to give you all an update on how our hunt has been going so far. It's been really tough. We got here on Thursday afternoon and decided to spend the first afternoon and evening just scouting these properties since none of us have ever hunted this place. Myself, Andy and David, and our buddy Alonzo were down here. We're actually trying to get Alonzo his first turkey, but the hunting's just been really tough. It's early in the season. These birds are very henned up right now. and still kind of grouped up in their winter flocks. The toms just aren't really acting right in this specific area. I mean, we did get on a few birds that were gobbling up in the day, but they were few and far between and very difficult to work. Calling and decoys didn't work well for us. The only strategy that did work was the use of the trail cameras. And David Mitchell, the landowner here, has been running trail cameras in here for the past few weeks, and actually got a lot of pictures of toms and hens in his food plots and some of these other areas. So basically what we did was just set up in these spots and try to wait these birds out. We did see a few throughout the day, but one thing led to another, and we weren't able to kill them. They'd either be just across the property line from us. Yesterday, Alonzo and I had that happen multiple times, where there was a creek there, and the neighbor's pasture where we didn't have permission to hunt was the place where all the turkeys wanted to be. And we saw toms all day long, but could not get any of them to cross the creek over onto our property. We also tried hunting these birds on their way back to roost, because when they are flocked up like this, they leave a lot of sign behind them. So our scouting was telling us the patterns that these turkeys had been using, but we got in there last night trying to intercept them on the way back to roost, got really close. If the birds just would have been 5-10 more feet closer to us, I think Alonzo could have got a crack at one of these toms, but they were just right over the hill through a lot of brush and decided not to take the shot. But overall, it's been a great trip. It's been a lot of fun. Turkey camp down here is definitely the place to be in mid-March. And we got Andy's son Blake and Alonzo's son Gabe out with us hunting a little bit, and they enjoyed hearing the turkeys gobble and watching them strut around in the fields and that sort of thing. So overall, the trip has been a success. We haven't been able to put a tag on a bird, but the hunting's really tough down here right now. During the early season like this, the best bet for these turkeys that are just going to gobble on the limb and fly down and not say anything the rest of the day is to do a lot of scouting and to find the areas where these birds want to be. Like I said, they leave a lot of sign right now because they're grouped up in these large flocks. Lots of hens, toms, and jakes all together. So we have had success when scouting and finding lots of turkey sign in the areas where the birds want to be. The trick is just sitting there long enough and waiting them out until they decide to come back through there while you're hunting. That's going to wrap it up for us on this week's episode. If you're not already a member of the NWTF, please click on the link in the corner of our screen, go over to their page and become one. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Monday right back here for the next episode of Cabela Spring Thunder.